Hello, welcome to this video. We are going to go over the 2019 April SAT exam, section 3, question 13. Now, you may want to pause some moments to read through the question entirely before you continue this video, or if you have seen this question already, you may just keep on going. So, you are given an equation right here, the C of t, it's equal to 50.25 times t, which is the t is the number of years after 2001, and then plus 228.75. And C of t is defined as the average cost per square foot. Okay, so average cost per square foot. So this is money. Okay, so it's asking you, what does the 50.25 represent? What does it represent? Now, the first thing that it should come into your mind is the resemblance of this equation with the slope-intercept form. Now, to prepare you for this question and other similar type of questions like this, I want you to know that they may ask you for the 50.25, or they may ask you for the meaning of 228.75. So we're going to talk about the 50.25 first, and then we'll come back and talk about the 228.75. Afterwards. Okay, now, so if you look at the 50.25, the placement of the number, that it's right in front of the t, which is just like the m, which tells us that, hey, that's a slope. Now, what does a slope mean? It will be a lot easier to explain it if we have a little graph. So this is C of t, which we are going to use $sign for it, and this is time. This is in the amount of years. Okay, so what we're saying here is that this graph is going to look like this, and this is going to be $228.75, and there's a slope right here. The slope is 50.25. Now, if you're able to come up with a shape of the graph, okay, an image of the graph, this will be very helpful now. And this is the key point here. The key point is that the question, it's not going to ask you to graph, but you have to be ready to imagine what the graph may look like so that you have a much easier time to interpret. So what is it? Well, if t is 1, then you're going to add 50.25 on top of the 228.75. If t is 2, then you're going to have 50.25 times 2, which is 100.5, and add it on top of the 228.75. Now, if you're able to imagine and hypothesize these t values, and again, we are not going to calculate, especially we don't have calculator for this particular section. The most important thing that you need to be aware of is that what is the impact of this 50.25? And it seems like the 50.25 is helping us to compute that every single year there's an increase in the price of the of each square foot. Okay, so that's the average increase. The increase of average cost per square foot year after year. Based on this understanding, we look at the choices. We say, all right, let's look at choice A. The average cost per square foot. Well, that's not the average cost per square foot because that is what C of t is for. So A is not correct. Let's look at choice B. The average cost per square foot in dollars of a condominium in 2009. Again, this would be C of t. Now, be very careful is that in particular of, to pay attention to the year, well, specifically, this is going to be C of 0 because it sets after 2001 and t is between 0 and 8. So for choice A, it's asking what C of 0 is. That's not what 50.25 stands for. Choice B is actually telling you that, hey, what's C of 8? Because it's 2009. And that's not what the 50.25 stands for. And C, it says the approximate increase in years for each dollar increase in the average cost per square foot of a condominium. Now, if you can come up with the unit of this 50.25, which is the change of y over change of x, you can see that the unit it's going to be some kind of dollars. Well, actually, we know the number. It is $50.25 per year. So choice C would not be correct because it's not the increase in years, it's the increase of price, the increase of average cost per square foot. So that leaves us with D because it sets is the approximate increase in average cost per square foot, which is very, very happy because that's exactly what we knew at the very beginning. So again, just a reminder that you need to know the linear equation and be able to spot out that the number in front of the variable is the slope, and be able to know the unit, know the meaning of the slope. It's very, very crucial. That's number one. Number two, your job is to find out the correct answer and also to prove how the other three answers are incorrect. So by practicing how to find the answer and prove the other ones are incorrect, then you are going to get this answer correctly. So you don't have to come back and check, so you can spend more time onto the other more challenging questions.
Do you want some extra credit? If you do, subscribe our channel. I promise you, you will learn a lot more and get extra credit from that. If you have any question, please make sure that you email us at goodacademics@gmail.com. If you have any question in math, science, or education, just send them in and we will do our very best to resolve your problems. And I thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope that you will continue to learn a lot more through our channel. See you soon.